Shalom. I praise Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Basham Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles, salutes to you, brothers, teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. Real quick, this video, I'm gonna play it, and this is question time, and the debate in the UK, about they're actually mentioning World War III, Russia, NATO, the conflicts. Now, a lot of the panel are in support of, because they've got this Ukrainian MP, which is there actually, that's just come on the screen. Now they're all about sanctions. Someone said he was there and he seen the fall of the Soviet Union, and he mentioned about we should do it a different way by trying to sanction them. And some people, and you're going to see it, I'm going to show you it right quick. But basically, some people are using their brain and saying, oh, do we really want a third world war? But a lot of people are in support. Well, we just basically, let's just try and blast them out to the high heavens. So if you knew the prophecies, you're gonna find out that it ain't gonna be as simple as that. So let's play.
Not be buying Marks and Spencer's goods here in the UK. Is that what you mean?
What I'm saying is that.
Let's go back a bit.
I mean, they're saying it's a complex franchise arrangement, which means they have to stay there. But what are you saying? People should not be buying Marks and Spencer's goods here in the UK? Is that what you mean?
What I'm saying is that you can make your own conclusions, but every penny spent on anyone who stays in Russia pays taxes there is buying bullets that kill Ukrainian children.
I hate to be sympathetic to our politicians, but I think that they face acute dilemmas which we have to recognize now about proportionality. That because I'm a historian, I think back that the world had to witness in 1939 Stalin invading Finland, seizing a chunk of Finland, and we had to stand by. Churchill wanted to bomb Stalin. One of the few sensible things Neville Chamberlain did was he said, we haven't worked out how to defeat Hitler yet. We better hold off from going to war with Stalin as well. Since then, our parents and grandparents had to watch the Hungarian uprising being brutally crushed, the Prague Spring being brutally crushed. Why didn't we intervene militarily? Because the danger of global nuclear war was deemed too great. And all the time we have to be asking ourselves, what is the least bad outcome of this horrible, horrible story? And the one thing that's certain is the worst outcome is general war between Russia and the West. And so I deeply sympathize. Our politicians, I think, have so far made the right calls with sanctions, with supplying arms. I don't think we can have no-fly zones. I don't think that we can send jets. And this is awful.
Right, so this dude's a historian, and from his standpoint, like when you go to the Bible, right, it talks about the three woes. Okay, you even got a book in the Revelation that actually goes into one of the world wars and it breaks it down. I'm not sure if it's World War I right now. Damn, I can't remember, but and we go over it. It just slipped my mind right now. But we know that all these wars are spoken of in the scriptures: World War I, World War II, and World War III. Now, because he's a historian, he's looking at it from a logical perspective. Now, if you check the history out, and the prophecies actually, the scripture says that the Lord will put hooks in the Meshach and Tubal. He put hooks in their jaws, which is over there in Russia, and they're gonna be raised up with a great army, and they're gonna have allies. Now, there's articles coming out.
To say in your company, but
let me pause that. There's articles coming out with China already backing Russia monetarily because of sanctions, and India. Now you've got other countries in Europe that are actually going to back Russia. So this ain't going to go, this ain't just, we're not, this is, what people are going to understand, man, is that these wars, take a lot of turns, and it ain't as simple as, oh yeah, let's just go and bomb Putin, and that's it. And he knows that because he's a historian. The scripture talks about wars and rumors of wars, man. There's some wars that are so big that end up being world wars that can become catastrophic events. Now, according to the scriptures, it is going to be a major catastrophic event that is going to cause a America to actually be destroyed. All right, now that's Bible prophecy. We've got many
So all
scriptures
the
on that.
time, this has to seek to prevent escalation. There was a very good line during the Cuban Missile Crisis in '62, when John F. Kennedy, sitting around the cabinet table, when everybody felt the world was on the brink of nuclear war, he said to his advisors sitting around, he said, well, this is the day we've got to make a decision. You better hope that your option isn't the one that's adopted. And it's always the difficulty of trying to find the least bad option in these terrible situations. We just have to sympathise with the people in charge, just this once.
Woman here.
I think we have to remember that people in the UK have already been killed by Putin. Don't forget about Salisbury. That man is capable of anything. And I think as much support as we can possibly give, I mean, they say that, you know, we can't go in because a member of NATO hasn't been attacked by him. He's already done that. He came to Salisbury.
So listening to what Max is saying is that and this is the reason why politicians haven't gone in, for fear of triggering a third world war and possibly a nuclear attack. Does that not put you off?
Gosh, I don't want to be responsible for the Third World War.
You see, you know what? Wait there, but I gotta put it back. So now she had to think about it. Oh gosh, oh
Third World
gosh.
War.
Wait there.
I do think we have to be incredibly cautious, but I actually back a no-fly zone.
So she had to think. She had to sat there and she had to, gosh, you know, I don't want to be responsible, you know, for a third world war. How do you think now? You know what people are gonna understand, right? Is that you had the Brexit, the whole world, you know, works off this trade deals, agreements, treaties. So now the fear is okay if Russia, whatever with NATO, then NATO's gonna have to step in and back. But the Lord's gonna, the Lord's gonna stir this up anyway. Now we know we're gonna have the Karagma, and I've already done videos the Karagma first before all this. But the Lord is doing this wars and rumors of wars. The Lord's really preparing people's minds for this, for World War III.
Around Ukraine, because there's so many sites there that, you know, you've got the former Chernobyl.
That's why they're on here talking about this. And this is going to be a reality, man. People think this is a joke. So, and because of people are panicking, a lot of people, the first thing that comes to their mind is, oh, let's just bomb Russia. So a lot of people, you really don't know what the hell to do, man. Now, going into the prophecies, now, you know, America ain't been saying nothing, right? Because America, like, you know, first of all, Russians don't even like America. There's a video of Russians burning American flags. You know, they will actually want America destroyed. Okay. When this really escalates, this is gonna be a global third world war. Okay, the scriptures tells you that.
Look what he's doing to that. I don't think that a no-fly zone would be a particularly bad idea at all. I mean, you just have to remember when that horrific Korean flight that got downed. It was a passenger jet that got downed. I don't think a no-fly zone is a bad idea at all. I don't see why we can't support a no-fly zone. I don't think putting boots on ground would be perhaps, you know, a step too far, but I don't see why a no-fly zone is unreasonable.
All right, let me just hear a little bit more from the audience. Yes, there's one there with her hand up. Yes, did you want to come in? You had your hand up for an awful long time, I noticed.
I was going to make the same point,
Ah,
but
okay,
it hasn't
well,
yet. You've
not-
already crossed the red line.
Not to worry. The man there in the pink shirt.
It just seems so morally wrong that a Ukrainian life just seems to be so worthless. Yeah, none of us want to sort of think about World War III, but like you've all said, if Putin was mad enough, and I don't think he is, to step inside a NATO country, we're there like a shot. So far, is it roughly 5,000 people in Ukraine have been killed, including soldiers?
Well, of course, we can't know the truth.
Do we want to sit here in 6 months' time and say, oh, it's up to 50,000 now, so okay, we'll give it a bit longer.
Okay, and the man there, yes, in the glasses.
You got
So you got the microphone.
you
Hang
got
on.
Jakes Israelites that are going over to Ukraine to fight for Ukraine. You got all sorts of things happening right now. Now, you know, when you go into the politics, and I'm gonna, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go deeper into it. You know, this, and they're saying, oh, you're he's trying to bring the Soviet Union back. They've got their own politics going on now. Um, the narratives of everybody in the world getting involved in this. What the hell do you think's gonna happen, man? The Lord, the Lord's putting a spirit on um
Myself.
on him
I feel as though
to
a
not
lot of us,
accept.
the general population at large, are badly informed of the background to this conflict. And I feel certainly that there should be more information out there. And for example, I understand that Putin's one of his reasons for attacking was that he was assured that NATO wouldn't embrace Ukraine. And I'd just be interested to know what Ukraine's position was 8 or 10 years ago when that was apparently the case.
Did the government did NATO give that affirmation? Suella, do you know? Does anyone know here? Max, do you know? Was Putin reassured that NATO would take a step back?
Putin could never be reassured about anything. I mean, he's a paranoid type of individual. This is not.
So what? So now what? When you watch this, what they're doing, and listen, we ain't sticking up for no. Like we know World War III is gonna happen, but what they're doing is they're like create. It's like it reminds me of World War II with the Hitler situation. They're creating this dude. They're creating people. Basically, they're creating new people to want some kind of war conflict at any rate, just to get this dude out of the way. Now this dude asks a certain type of question, and now the Uman and Arin. Like, you know, I got that for it's Uman and Arin.
And really, he feels threatened by anyone and anything. In the 90s, Putin was actually saying that Lithuania was posing a threat to Russia's defense and security, and he put it into the Russian defense and security strategy that they are enemy number one and that they pose a threat. What did Lithuania have in the 1990s after the Soviet Union broke apart?
You know what the scripture says, man. You know that every battle of the warriors with confused noise, but this shall be with garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So this war is gonna get nuclear, but that's why we're having these questions. That's what we're having these talks, these question times, and as you can see, most people in Europe, especially England, and you got people that are asking certain questions. Are like, well, you know, come on, man.
Well, it was just a bunch of hunters with hunting guns, and these guys.
They got this Ukrainian woman on there. Look at his face. He doesn't even want to accept that. Now, basically, they just want them to say, yeah, fuck it, just bomb him. Now, the historian, he pointed out, look, man, you know, this stuff leads to World War III. So, you know, the scripture about wars and rumors of wars pops in my head. There's many other scriptures, okay, about war. Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, many scriptures, man. Joel.
Apparently threatening the second largest army in the world and the nuclear power at that. So essentially, when Putin says that, okay, he feels threatened by Ukraine and Ukrainians' free will to join any kind of alliance that they want, this just doesn't make sense. We could never be a threat to Russia.
I think one thing we can all agree on very readily is that there is absolutely no shred of justification for anything that Putin has done in Ukraine. The folly of Western policy is that for 20, 30 years, on the one hand, we were making vague proposals for the expansion of NATO, and on the other hand, we were slashing our defense budgets. And Putin interpreted our defense cuts. All the nations, the Germans almost completely disarmed themselves. Putin, who only understands strength, Russia's got three exports: oil, gas, and extreme violence. And Putin understood us as being frightened, as being feeble, as being wet. And so we've had 20 years of policy which have contributed to making Putin feel that he could do what he is doing to your country.
Let's take another question, still on the topic of Ukraine. Before I do, I just need to tell you, If you'd like to be in the audience for next week's programme, next week we will be in Reading, and the following week we will be in Bath. If you want to come...
That's spiritual at one of them places, because I was talking to one of the brothers, one of them locations. Let's hope now. So I wanted to pause now. Now, see, I want to just read the scriptures. I will just read the scriptures about what's going to happen. But the bottom line is, Russia have got allies, man. And, you know, whatever happens, the outcome of this is America being destroyed, and actually NATO turning on America. So America's got a big part to play in this. The Amalek, the Lee shall draw them out. There's a lot of things that are going to play out in this. You know, right now we're just seeing Russia, Ukraine, which is like that's like their thing, because that was part of the Soviet Union. And they've got everybody in the world trying, basically running to the defense of Ukrainians, which is, that's like controlling your mind. No, you know what I'm saying? So this can easily just spiral. Now, like I said, you've got wars and rumors of wars, but like the dude said, man, the fear is of it really being World War III and going nuclear. That's what the fear is. So a lot of people are just running their mouths, but they don't understand that we're in a time, as you say, they come from a far country to destroy the land. We're in a time of nuclear war, man, where countries get completely wiped out by thermal nukes. This ain't a joke. So, I just wanted to put some quick thoughts together, mention a couple of quick points. You meditate on some of this stuff. A lot of these Brits are mad, and like I said, a lot of these panel members and a lot of these, there's certain people that are thinking. A lot of them, they're looking at Putin now, and they want him wiped out, and they're saying we should just bomb him. But people that are thinking, oh wait there, man, ain't this damn? I mean, that's gonna cause like other spiraling effects, man. Now you got BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China. They got alliances. You got Iran. How do you think? What do you think they're gonna do? Side with America. So you got a lot going on. A lot of them countries that America's been fighting. Who the hell do you think they're gonna be siding with, man? You think they're gonna come to America's defense? So when America gets involved, and that's why America ain't really been getting involved, man, because it's a serious deal. So everyone's talking about this. So like the scripture says, watch as well as pray. We're gonna see where this develops. We're watching this. We're watching the charagma. We're watching this in real time, in real life. This proves that we're in the end, man. This proves that we're in the end times. Even as the scripture says, the wars and rumors, wars, but the end is not yet. But we know through the signs that we're at the end, because we're seeing the charagma being pushed. We're seeing them lockdowns. We're seeing the prices going up. We're seeing a lot of things happen. Now, once them nukes are shot, that's it. So that's why they got to talk. They got to talk this out, because, once them nukes are shot, the scripture says that there's no turning them back. Okay? And by the way, Russia represents the bear, which represents the end of this kingdom, which is going to be the end and cause the destruction of America, man. We can get all these scriptures out. I just wanted to talk. You brothers know the scriptures. I just wanted to put a couple of words together on this. I'm just watching this, checking some stuff out. I might cover this properly, watch some documentaries, watch some alternative media, and get some scriptures and prophecies together. But this really, I just wanted to put some quick words out there. And just get brothers thinking, man. So I mean, if you got whatever brothers think of this, we did all of them was edifying. If you got any comments or any kind of like responses or any like kind of like thoughts on this, just let me know, man. Hit me up, or just do the video, and I'll probably do another one. On it. But when you, like I said, when you go into the scriptures, man, you know, you find out there is going to be a third world war, man. You know, the scripture says the earth shall will to and fro like a drunken man. These nukes are gonna get shot, man. And you're gonna have countries like that you wouldn't have thought siding with Russia against America. The two Axis powers, man. That's what people need. That's people. They're not even talking about this on here. Okay, in Britain, you know, I mean, come on, man. Come on, you know, these dudes would jump ship. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say, shalom.